An average American spends 3.5 years doing housework, and Weave Robotics wants to give you your time back. Well, their answer to that is Isaac, the robot on your screen right now that is silently and methodically doing laundry all day long. And what was really cool is I got to see this in person at Humanoids Summit, where for 2 days it was folding laundry. So of course I had to talk to one of the co-founders and get the inside scoop. So I had the chance to sit down with Evan Wineland, where he tells me everything about this robot that is actually deployed already today in San Francisco. So with that, let's jump to the interview. Hi, I'm Jonathan here at Humanoids Summit, and I have Evan from Weave Robotics, and I think I've been watching this thing for a good half hour, fold clothes better than my kids can. Evan, thanks for coming. Can you tell me all about what we're looking at here?
Absolutely, great to be here, Jonathan.
All right.
Yeah, this is one of our business-focused robots. We at Weave Robotics are making general-purpose robots for homes and businesses. This is Tradle.
Okay.
And Tradle and its counterparts are actually deployed to multiple businesses across San Francisco.
Okay.
Focused first on folding laundry, but then also expanding in other sectors like hospitality to tidying stuff up off the floor.
Okay, so you already have robots deployed.
Yes.
Not just the demo units and things like this.
Yeah, our entire bet as a company is how to distill a general purpose robot into its its simplest form, essentially, while retaining the maximum of functionality.
Okay.
So that we can deploy them as quickly as possible.
So are all your robots stationary like this, or do you have some that have a wheeled base?
Yeah, good question. So this is on a non-motorized base. These are on casters, which makes them, it's part of the reason that these are more economical models, so economical that actually big businesses and even mom and pop shops can afford to put them in their place of business.
Okay.
We also have ones with motorized bases that can navigate autonomously too, which is going to be a really big deal for homes and then some of the other business sectors we're talking about.
So you can kind of options to what you need for. I could imagine something doing like this task. There's no need for it to move, especially at a business where it's maybe it's a station. It just runs all day long, right?
Exactly.
Is there anything that prevents this from running all day long, or is it just could be hardwired to electricity and go?
We run this thing for 10 plus hours a day, every single day.
Wow. Okay, and so then I see there's a combination of camera sensors. Looks like it's got is it a depth camera on the top and then some just fisheye cameras in the wrist? Is that all it takes?
Yeah, we're actually just using monocular RGB and then stereo at the top.
That's really simple. I love that. Some of these have so many cameras. And then it goes through, I can notice the same motions. What is it doing? It's we're about to see it put a really messy shirt down.
Yeah.
What is it thinking through right now as it's doing this?
Yeah, it's reacting ultimately to what it sees.
Okay.
We've folded shirts for countless hours now, but we also fold other articles of clothing.
Okay.
And our model with which we autonomously do these tasks is conditioned on what it sees. It's vision conditioned.
Well, I can tell you, I've been watching this again, and they're just stuffing clothes into that bin. They're not purposely making it, so when it magically pulls it out, it's doing a hat trick. It's real. I noticed sometimes it flips the shirt over. Is it know to recognize which direction the shirt is, so when it folds it ends up with collar side up?
That's extremely perceptive, and that is that's exactly why. Because we wanted this to pass muster for families, we knew that this would have to fold clothes well. Okay. And we think that actually comes with a certain bar. I think that means aligning the bottom of your shirt so that you have clean stacks. It means crisp corners. It means that the right side should always be facing up. These things add to the overall experience of having one of these things in your home.
Well, and I have kids that are ranged from 9 to 13, and I can tell you, this is doing a better job than them because they just want to get it done with, and I like that purpose. It's I'm going to do it right every time. So you're getting something done. Is it running just like a VLA? Is that how this is running? So you guys did you just train this with teleoperations, or did you do this in a simulation first?
Yeah, we actually collect our data in-house.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah. And so we collect data day in and day out, and then we have our own modeling pipeline, including the data collection, but also including the data curation and the data augmentation, the pre-training recipe, and then fine-tuning and post-training.
Well, great.
too.
You own the whole stack, so you can really make sure this performs how you need it and not be fiddling around with someone else's model hoping it works.
That's exactly right.
And then, is it always all of your robots grippers, or do you have dexterous hands, or?
We are experimenting with what other kinds of grippers can do for us, but what you may well know is that you can actually get a remarkable amount done with parallel grippers and at a fraction of the cost and complexity, which is why when we saw how well they performed for our marquee task in laundry, we decided to go with these because they really are such bang for buck.
Here it is, flipping it around. See, it's going to put the back first. Yeah. You watch this enough times, you'll learn what they did. I love that there's some intent there and not just fold to make it like the right shape, but it's the right orientation.
When it's not just a demo and it's actually going to go in people's homes as a product, you have to pay attention to some of these things.
So is this like max speed it would normally run at, or do you guys slow it down for safety here?
Yeah, this is...
I mean, this is fast too. I mean, we've seen multiple shirts in the time we've talked.
I would say that this is also a little bit slower than we usually do, in part because this is also a novel environment for us.
Yeah, okay.
But we're very pleased that we're doing so much so autonomously despite that fact too.
All right.
And we would frankly rather do a good job and then get faster over time than optimize for speed first but be sloppy.
Good point. All right, so if someone is really interested in this and maybe they want to learn what else you could do, because maybe folding laundry is not necessarily what they need, how would they find out more about what you guys are offering?
Totally. So our website is weaverobotics.com. Okay. And you can also reach us on Twitter and other social media platforms. You can also send us an email at contact@weaverobots.com.
And when they work with you, you would they would talk to the experts and you would figure out, is it custom solutions or they're more like, here's what we can do right now, and that's what you get.
That's exactly right. And what I'll also say is that one of the benefits of still having a, if distilled, nonetheless general purpose platform is that we actually can do a remarkable number of things out of the box. We are also talking to hospitality, we are talking to manufacturers with industrial applications. So I think people will be pleasantly surprised by how much these really cost-efficient robots
you don't need to go spend a lot of, hundreds of thousands of hours on fine-tuning just to get it to do one small task that's maybe not seen before.
And because we vertically integrated enough to build this product in the way that we wanted to, our cost per robot is, to the best of our knowledge, totally unmatched.
Oh, that's great. Well, Evan, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Meeting you, John.
If you're interested in learning about Weave Robotics, again, you can find their website and get in contact with these guys.
Thanks
very
again.
much. This was amazing.